Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the righteous men of Great Millstone who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. And salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men of Yasharallah, and the 1/3 men, women, and children of Yasharallah. Shalom. This is your brother Shamya coming back at you one more time from the Great Millstone Helena, Montana camp. And we just gonna jump right into it, okay? We always like to make a disclaimer. We are not a hate group and we are not an extremist group. We are a truth group and we only bring out the truth according to the Bible, according to the word and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash Barakatah. Okay? So real quick, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai had the spirit jump on me to do this lesson. And we know we're in these last days, and we know that these demons are going to be attacking us, trying to get us. These demons will jump on people to get us to get carnal and get physical and to try to get us to fight carnally. And we know that the weapons of the scripture says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So this is a spiritual battle, okay? So we don't have to, put up our dukes and fight and just be carnal and just, because all that leads to is just, jail time and you got to go through all that shit simply because, a person couldn't control their anger. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. And you Akim, you know the scene when Bruce Lee was on the boat and that clown, that Edomite came out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying, knocking people over and kicking people and punching people, just trying to, show that he's the baddest motherfucker on the boat, which he wasn't. But he goes over to this Edomite goes over to Bruce Lee, and of course, it's my favorite movie, so I know the whole, the whole all the lines in that certain segment. So the Edomite goes over to Bruce Lee, he says, "Do I bother you?" And then Bruce Lee says, "Don't waste yourself." And then the Edomite says, "What's your style?" And Bruce Lee says, "My style? You can call it the art of fighting without fighting." And then the Edomite says, "The art of fighting without fighting?" So the Edomite didn't understand because he's carnal. He uses his fists. He uses his he's a fighter. And of course Bruce Lee is a fighter too. But he was telling basically I'm a fighter too, but I don't have to fight. I don't have to prove nothing. So again, the Edomite said the art of fighting without fighting. So basically, when these demons jump on these certain individuals to try to provoke us to anger, whether we be out in the world, at a store, anything like that, we have to think and be spiritual, okay? Because we're not of this world, okay? The men of the Lord are not of this world. We're spiritual in everything that we do. Now we know that we are in this flesh and it can get tough, and Esau can get on our nerves a lot of the times, and these wicked ass women get on our nerves for the wickedness that we have to see them do every fucking day, and it's just vexing. But we have to stay in the spirit, okay? And we can only do that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So I'm not gonna waste no more time talking. I'm just gonna bring out these scriptures and see what Yahweh Shema Shai says according to his word, because it's all about Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, so let me go to Proverbs chapter. Let's go to Proverbs. And I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai for letting me do these lessons. It's always a blessing that the Lord allows us to do these lessons and do the work. Okay? So this is Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 14. Proverbs chapter 17. Okay. Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 14. And it reads, Proverbs 17 and 14. It says, the beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water. Therefore leave off contention before it be meddled with. Okay? So, strife, contention, fighting, arguing, just going at it to where you have to, physically fight with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way to go. That's just not the way to go. That's why the Lord said it. I'm gonna read it one more time. It says, the beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water. Okay? The water just gonna flow. The water ain't gonna stop. It's just gonna flow. Like the Lord designed it to. It's gonna flow. It's gonna run. It says, therefore leave off contention. So the Lord said, uh, avoid contention, avoid fighting, avoid getting physical. It says, before it be meddled with. Now, Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 14, in a New Living Translation, it reads, starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. You open up that floodgate, the flood ain't gonna just stop. It's go, like I said, it's gonna flow, it's gonna run, It's gonna just do what it was designed to do, flood everything. Starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. So stop before a dispute breaks out. We got to be the bigger man. If we in the world and something is popping off, we just got to just stay in the spirit, humble down, and just avoid it. Walk away. This flesh is weak, but we just walk away. Got to take the L. Let me read it one more time. This is Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 14 in the New Living Translation. It says, starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. So stop before a dispute breaks out. Now, let's go to Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. Okay, in the New Testament, Romans 8 and 6, it says, for to be carnally minded is death. Because when 9 times out of 10, you got Jake, because our people, they're you got a Jake, if a Jake mean mug another Jake, they ready to fight or probably ready to just shoot each other. You know what I'm saying? That's being carnal. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And that's what the men of the Lord want. We want to be spiritually minded, and that leads to life and peace. But to be carnally minded leads to death. Okay? So the Lord has given us the blueprint. The Lord is telling us everything that we need to know according to the scriptures. Okay? How we must conduct ourselves and live our lives according to how the Lord wants us to live our lives. Okay? So now Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. I'm going to read it one more time, and we're going to jump back to Proverbs. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Okay? Now, Proverbs chapter 20 and 3. Proverbs chapter 20 and 3. Proverbs chapter 20 and 3. It reads Proverbs 20:3. It says, "It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling." So the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai said it right here. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, cease from carnality, cease from contention, cease from getting physical. Okay. Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 3 in the New Living Translation reads, Proverbs 20 and 3 in the New Living Translation. It says, avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Ooh, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. It just, so when we out in the world, man, it just gives us confidence through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. If somebody try to, talking shit at Edomite or some wicked ass woman, a Karen, we know exactly what to do. Just, take the L and just avoid it. Flee from it. This is Romans chapter 20 and verse 3. Avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Only fools insist on quarreling. Yeah, we see that all the time. You got motherfuckers quarreling, they're fools. They're fools. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai said that when you avoid a fight, that's honorable. And it makes so much sense. We're not carnal. The Lord separated us from this world, so we're spiritual. We're spiritual. So Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 18, it reads, a wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. Wow, that's a beautiful precept right there, man. Why do y'all for bringing that precept up? This says, read it again. A wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. Okay? So Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 18. Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 18. In a New Living Translation, it says, a hot-tempered person starts fights. A hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. Okay? Read it one more time. A hot-tempered person starts fights. We're not the ones that starts fights. But a cool-tempered person stops and like, look, wait. Hey. We calm down, Jake, look, man, don't look. Look, just walk away, man. Walk away. Don't, forget that, man. You don't wanna fight, and you don't wanna something pop off and do some gangster shit, and then you gotta go to jail, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and then you gotta go to court, and you be put in jail for overnight and shit, and you don't wanna go through all that. We stop Jake from being carnal. Even for ourselves, we got to stop ourselves through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord prevent us from being carnal. So this is the last precept in Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 21. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 21. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 21. And it reads, Proverbs 26 and 21. It says, as coals are to burning coals and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. As coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 21, New Living Translation, it says, a quarrelsome person starts fights. There it is again. So a quarrelsome person, a person that just don't know how to control their anger, they just want to fight and just, just fight and fight, be carnal. They're the ones that the carnal-minded person starts fights. Okay? It says a quarrelsome person starts fights as easily as hot embers light charcoal or fire lights wood. Okay? When that fire starts to kindle, it starts to burn. It's burns. It ain't gonna stop. It's gonna continue to kindle fire. Read it one more time. New Living Translation. Verse 21. A quarrelsome person starts fights as easily as hot embers light charcoal or fire lights wood. And there you go. Okay? So, we're gonna wrap this lesson up. It's like it's all about being spiritually minded, Akim, not carnally minded. We know that like I said, we know we at the end. These demons are gonna be running rampant, jumping on people, trying to get us to get carnal. But we just have to be spiritually discerned. We have to continue to stay in the spirit and continue to pray to Yahweh Shem Shai that He keep us from the lust and the carnality of this wicked ass world. Okay? We call on our power, the God of Israel, Yahweh Shem Shai. He's our strong, mighty tower and fortress that we can run into and be safe. We call upon our power, Yahweh Shem Shai. So I'm going to wrap it up, Akim, until the next lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the righteous men of great millstone who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. We're almost out of here, Akim. Let's keep pushing. Let's stay in the spirit. And let's continue to exalt and proclaim the name of our power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala, and Abad Babal. Shalom.